Hello student, welcome to online class. I am Shyam Dulari from LPM Public School. This is class 6 English grammar period. In this video, I will tell you about chapter 25, that is punctuation. As we know that before in your previous classes you have read the use of capital letter, comma, full stop, question mark and exclamation marks. These uses are called punctuation in a sentence. It means the use of capital letter, comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark and quotation. Such uses are called punctuation. Here, when we are writing, we use punctuation marks such as comma and question mark to make our meaning clear. The use of punctuation, that is question mark, comma, full stop, exclamation mark, make our sentence meaningful while writing. When we read something, we give pauses or stop or little pauses which make our sentence clear, its meaning clear. But while writing also, in the same way, while writing also we use such punctuations here. The first is full stop, comma, mark of interrogation, that is called question mark, mark of exclamation, that is exclamatory marks also, quotation mark, or you can say the inverted commas. The use of this in a sentence make our sentence meaningful. It gives clear meaning so that we understood the text. Now let's see one by one with the help of example what are the uses of these punctuation marks in the sentences. First, punctuation marks carry out the same function as pauses and stresses in a speech. It means when we are speaking, we give pause or stress in our sentences. In the same way, while writing, when we use these marks, it gives the same meaning as in our speech. The most commonly used punctuation marks are listed below here. The first is full stop, comma, second is comma, third is marks of interrogation. This is the symbols. Fourth one is marks of exclamation and it is the symbol of exclamation. Fifth one is quotation mark, or we can also say it inverted commas. This is single inverted comma and this is double inverted comma. Now we will see one by one about all this punctuation. The first is full stop. The full stop or period stand for a longest pause we use in a full at the end of a static sentence and a imperative sentence. It means when our sentence ends, or you can say when the assertive sentence or the imperative sentence ends, then at the end we put the stop to make that our sentence is completed or it is end. Now let's see some example of this stop. Here in your book, as it is given, switch on the fan. Here this is an imperative sentence which gives order switch on the fan, and at the ending there is a full stop which clear that the sentence is ended. In the next sentence, soft drink are bad for health. This is a assertive sentence and the ending of this sentence the full stop is there, which declare that the sentence is ended. Now let's see about commas. Here we see the use of commas in different way. The comma, this is the symbol, indicate the shortest pause. It means when we have to stop a little bit, then we use the comma in our sentence while writing. There are number of different use of comma. First is comma is used to separate a series of words in a list. Suppose here it is example. The boy is clever, honest and brave. Here in the sentence the quality of boy is given, that is he is a clever, honest and brave. While writing clever, honest, comma is put to separate the word clever and honest. This define the series of, these are the series of word of a same for a same person, and to separate his quality, comma is used here in between the clever and honest and brave. Now the another use of comma is used to separate each pair of word of same classes or same kind. It means when we have to describe about the same pair of word, we use comma. Suppose here it is given in example, king and paupers, young and old, men and women will meet the same fate. Here the separations are given and comma is used to separate the pair of words as king and paupers, young and old, men and women. These words are always come in pair and it has also opposite meaning. So to separate these types of pair words, we use comma in between. Now the next use of comma is used to set off noun of address. To address someone, we use comma. Suppose mother, I have finished the course. Here to address the mother, comma is used. Address means to call or to see. Okay. Mother, I have finished the course. Here after saying the word mother, we have to stop a little while like this. Mother, I have finished the course. So while to give the little pause, we have to use the comma. Now the next use is comma is used. We use a comma to separate the date and year from the rest of the sentence. Suppose here it is given on 14th March 1879. To separate the date and the year, here comma is used in this sentence. The next use of comma is used after yes and no in a sentence. While writing a sentence, we have to say yes or no. Then we use comma to separate the yes or no. Here it is given the example. No, you will not eat the all cake. Here after writing the no, comma is used. And in the same way, yes, I can swim. After the word yes, to separate yes and no, we use comma in a sentence. This is a stative sentence. So now the next use of comma is also used to separate a statement from the quotation tag. When we form tag, that is question tag, to separate the tag, we use comma. Here, you did not buy a bread. Did you? Here, did you is a tag of this sentence. To separate the tag from the sentence, comma is used here. Now the next is comma is used to introduce the direct quote. It separates the quarter from the rest of the sentence. It means while writing the direct sentence, to make the statement of a speaker as it is, the speaker's word which are given as it is will put under comma in a quotation mark. Here she said. Here comma is used to separate the word. That is, in this sentence, this is a direct sentence. In this, she said is a reporting verb. I want to watch the film is a reported speech. To separate the reporting verb and the reported speech, comma is used here. So, while writing direct sentence, we use comma to separate the reporting verb and the reported speech of a sentence. Now, let's see another uses, that is the use of interrogation. Here, the next punctuations are the marks of interrogation. This is the symbol. It is used at the end of an interrogative sentence. In a sentence, when we used to ask question, at the ending we use, that is question mark, which we call it marks of interrogation. Here the examples are given. Have you seen the Taj Mahal? Someone is asking to somebody, have you seen the Taj Mahal? Here at the ending of this sentence, question mark is put, that is called as mark of interrogation. In the next example, do you want to have dinner? In this sentence also, at the ending, interrogation mark is put, which make that the sentence is in interrogative form. Our next punctuation is exclamation mark. The marks of exclamation. This is the symbol of marks of exclamation, and it is used at the end of sentences to indicate great surprise. As we know that exclamation sentences are those sentences which express command, order, surprise, request. So, in the same way, at the ending, to indicate, or you can say to indicate the great surprise, we use the exclamation mark with the sentence. It is also used for emphasizing when making a point. Here, what a song! At the ending of this sentence, exclamation is put. This is a surprise sentence which expresses the surprise. I can't believe he has done so badly in his exam. This is also a sentence which has said in a great surprise. So at the ending, the exclamation mark is put. Oh, you scared me. In this sentence, after the interjection word, oh, exclamation is put here. Note the importance. Now we will see the importance of capital letter in writing. As you have read in your previous classes also, the use of capital marks. First, every sentence begins with capital letter. While writing English, the beginning of every sentence is always in capital marks. When our sentence is end and we start the new sentence, then the beginning of the new line, every new line of a statement is always capital letter. In the same way, every new line of a poem also begin with the capital letter. When we write poem, the beginning of the poem is a capital, but the beginning of every new line will also be in capital, as here, there, whose, but, pluck, to. This all the beginning words are started with the capital letter. Now the next is all proper noun and the adjective form from this starts with a capital letters. The proper noun and the adjective formed by the proper noun in a sentence always start with the capital letter, such as July is a name of a month, Wednesday a name of a week, Kolkata is the name of a city. Spanish, Rachel. These are the name, or you can say these are the proper noun. And the beginning of every proper noun is always in capital form, though it comes in the middle of a sentence or in the beginning of the sentence or in the ending of the sentence. It is always be capital wherever it comes in a sentence. If it is come in the starting, then also it is clear capital. If it come in the middle of a sentence, then also it will be in capital. The starting of the letter will be capital. If it's come in the ending of a sentence, then also it's come in capital form, the starting word. Now, all the noun and the pronoun indicating the Devon begin with the capital letters. It means all the noun or the pronoun indicating the Devon begins will always in capital letter. Here, God, there is a comma, though perform miracles. Here the word though is a pronoun which comes in place of they. The T is capital here. Now the next is the first word of a direct quotation always begin with the capital letter. When we are writing a direct sentence, then the beginning of the sentence which comes under quotation mark is always capital. Here he said, the starting word is a capital he, but in the middle when we start the quotation, the beginning of the quotation is always capital, that is, dear, treat her as you would you your own daughter. Treat her as you would your own daughter. Here the word treat, the beginning of T is capital. This is a direct sentence, and we have seen the starting of a direct sentence is always begin with capital letter. Now the last is the pronoun I is always written in a capital letter. Here the pronoun I is always written in a capital letter while writing in a sentence. If it's come in the starting, middle or at the ending, it is always in capital if we write I for a person, the first person. So in this way we have seen the uses of capital letter. The first it is used at the beginning of every sentence, and the second is it also used at the beginning of every new line of a poem. It also used every new line of a sentence from where the new sentence started. The beginning of a new sentence is always capital, though it's come in the middle. It begin from the middle of a paragraph, not a line. All the proper noun, the beginning of all the proper noun is always capital. All the noun or the pronoun indicate the Devon being. We begin with capital. The first word of a direct sentence which comes under quotation marks is also begin with capital letter, and last is I. The pronoun I is always written in a capital letter where it come in the beginning of a sentence, middle of a sentence or ending of a sentence. Now the last punctuation is, that is quotation mark. It is a quotation mark. The quotation mark, this is a symbol of quotation mark. It is from two sides, and the quotation marks is in a single and also in a double inverted comma or in a single inverted comma. And double quotation mark can also be used for the someone's word, the speaker's word. This we use in a direct sentence. The quotation mark are used to the quote another person's word exactly, whereas where they are spoken or in written. When we write the direct sentence, the speaker's exact words are put under quotation mark, and it may be in a single quotation or in a double quotation marks. It gives the meaning that these are the exact word of a person, or you can say the speaker. Here the example is, the principal said, we must act with responsibility. Here we must act with responsibility is the speaker's word, that is the principal's word, which are exactly written under quotation mark. In the same way, Flip asks, do you need this book? Here the sentence is in interrogative form, but it is in under quotation mark because it is spoken by a person. In this way, we have seen the uses of punctuation, that is, from first is the use of full stop, second is comma, third is marks of interrogation, marks of exclamation, capital, and the last is quotation mark. I hope you have understood. Thank you.